The Sinister Cup has begun, you had everything figured out, but then Niantic dropped this huge moveset bomb and everybody started losing their mind. All these new movesets, Power Up Punch gets nerfed. What do you do now? How do you form your team? In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly that. So some moves were added and some moves were nerfed and others were buffed. So we should just scrap everything and start fresh, right? Wrong. Things have changed, but you don't really need to throw everything away. You just gotta adjust. First things first, if you haven't seen Battle Heroes Simplified Meta video, make sure that you check out that video. The link to that video is gonna be in the description. Make sure you check out that video because it will be a huge help when trying to figure out your team composition. As we all know, each team has 6 Pokemon, and all 6 Pokemon should synergize with each other. This is so you can have the most amount of coverage to cover the meta. Here's a formula that I've come up with, and I would like to give a huge shout out to Cody, Mr. KLTD32, for helping me out to basically put this whole thing together to show it to you guys. As we all know, with the Dark ban, Ghosts are going to be super dominant in the Sinister Cup meta. Seeing that they're going to be playing such a huge part, we're going to want to double up on Ghost types. Some Ghosts are super squishy and others give you a whole lot of coverage. Therefore, we're gonna wanna have 2 spots for Ghost types. Next, with all the fighting types like Poliwrath, Medicham, Primeape, or even Lucario, you're definitely gonna want a Psychic type for your 3rd slot. 4th, you're gonna want a tank on your team, something that can be able to take a punch but also counter majority of the meta. This Pokemon is gonna be the backbone to your team and will be a huge support to your lineups of 3. Finally, for your 6th slot, we call this the wild card slot. The wild card slot is for something where you feel like your team is weak to something. You need to be able to cover what you feel that your team is weak to or that you're having some problems dealing with. You could use this slot for another tank, another fighter, or even another psychic type, maybe even Mawile. You're going up against a double Ghost and Psychic type team. Alright, so we have the formula. Now let's take a look at which Pokemon we're gonna want to fill these slots. Remember, I'm not gonna show you all the Pokemon, I'm just gonna try to just give you the right idea. For the Ghosts, we have Alolan Marowak, Drifblim, Haunter, Dusclops, and even Banette. For the 1st slot, I'm gonna have to pick Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin, Shadow Ball, and Bone Club. The reason why I'm gonna go with this option is because Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin allows him to have more coverage. This is gonna be our coverage Ghosts. So we're gonna put him in slot number 1. The problem with Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin is that he usually loses to the other Ghost types. That is where the 2nd slot comes in. Here we can actually pick another big coverage Ghost, or we can find one Ghost that beats all the Ghosts. We can go with Dusclops due to his tankiness and also having Fire Punch, or we can go with Banette that basically beats all the Ghosts, ties with Steelix, and is also not weak to Psychic. Now onto the fighters. The fighters are a little bit tricky now that Power Up Punch got a huge nerf and Psychic got a big buff. It has really changed the way we actually use the fighters. We have Poliwrath, Medicham, Primeape, Lucario. Personally, from the way I'm seeing the meta form, we're seeing a lot of Alolan Marowak, Steelix, Mawile, and even Bastiodon. And knowing this, I would probably pick Poliwrath to be my choice of fighter. Yes, now with the new update, we're gonna have a lot of those immediate damage fighters like Dynamic Punch, Psychic Medicham, or Legacy Primeape, and even Cross Chop Machamp. But I find Poliwrath to be more of a generalist with Bubble, Power Punch, and Hydro Pump, and that is exactly why I'm gonna choose him. Next, for our Psychic spot, we have Bronzong, Cresselia, Gardevoir, Gallade, Claydol, and Lugia. All are great options. Claydol, Bronzong do work. Gallade is a little squishy, but I think I'm gonna have to pick Cresselia here due to how tanky it is. It is probably the only Pokemon in the entire Sinister Cup that can actually tank a Shadow Ball. I'm still not 100% sold. I'm really liking Lugia, so I'm probably gonna go with Lugia. For our 5th spot, we're gonna need the tank, and I find this Pokemon is the necessity to every Sinister Cup team, and that Pokemon is going to be Steelix. He's just so good, but now he has access to Thunderfang, so will that make him better? I think it has to do with your team composition, the way you want to use Steelix. Thunderfang will give you a lot better matchup against Poliwrath, Drifblim, Haunter, and Lugia. But remember, you're gonna need a Steelix with a high attack stat. Also has lower energy gain compared to Dragon Tail. That means if you have a Steelix and you're going up against the mirror Steelix, but he has Dragon Tail, he's gonna win that matchup. Dragon Tail makes Steelix a little bit more spammy and also gives you better coverage against the entire Sinister Cup meta. I personally like spammier and more coverage, so I'm gonna have to go with Dragon Tail Steelix on this one. Last but not least, we have our wild card, and that wild card pick can literally be anything. But you want to be strategic, you want to pick a Pokemon that you feel your team is weak to, or something that you feel is a little bit problematic in a matchup. If you see that your team of 5 is a little weak to fighting types, put a Psychic type. If you feel like it's a little squishy, add some bulk. Me personally, I'm probably gonna go with Mawile just because I personally love the way that Bite Power-Up Punch combo just annihilates. Regardless, use that spot to complete your team. Synergy is key. There's my team. There it is, guys. We cracked the code. Here is the formula. Now try to see what you think will work best in these slots. The most important thing you have to do is play test. Go out in your local community, find some friends, battle test against them. That is the only way you're gonna be able to find out the flaws of your team. Also, join some local Discord servers, join Go Stadium, join even my own local Discord server. There's over 500 people that are just itching to battle on a daily basis. That link will be down in the description. That is literally the only way that you will learn your team and also learn how to adjust it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys actually want to see the way this team performs, make sure to follow me on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/jformakis. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if it helped you out. Also, put down in the comments what your team of 6 is. Maybe someone will help you try to find the flaws, or tell you it's pretty darn good and you'll be teaching them something. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe for more PvP and Silph Arena content. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on the next one.